Hello, everybody. It's Morlock, and this is really intense. Kevin Pinkins with Shadow of Colossus, Trico flies. Okay. This is Morlock, and Bop. This is press start to continue, or press start to continue editing. I am re-recording a interview I did with Kadesh Flow a little while ago, and uh, I messed up the audio. But before I begin, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at PressStartLock. You can follow me here, obviously, and you can go to starttocontinue.com if you want to hear other interviews and my my show. And I'm just thinking right now, my voice is gonna sound wildly different. Like, let's test this right now. Wait. So let's look at Reaper here. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that's why. My voice is gonna sound way different. Hold on. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. And then let's listen to this over here. Then after we can talk about how testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. It's gonna be I don't know why my voice is like this, but it's gonna have to happen. Just try to drink water and get through it. I've been having trouble with my voice, kind of because there was like a lot of dust kicked up cleaning around here, and I've been like sniffling and sneezing and stuff all week. It's horrible. So basically what I'm doing here is, like I said, I screwed up recording my interview with Kadesh Flow, who is an amazing nerdcore artist. Just look for Kadesh Flow on everything. So I screwed up recording him, and so this is what it sounds like. Yeah, so they could see. It would be like a riot. Yeah, it's terrible. It's disgusting. Reason is because my gain was too low on the mic and it wasn't picking everything up. So I have to re-record every part here. So all of this yellow right here, a few days ago, I was recording. I was re-recording everything that I was saying. I was trying to tell what I was saying. And we also are getting together. What's this here?
It's become easier for me to describe where I'm coming from lyrically than it is where it actually is as time has passed.
So you got a new album that just came out. Okay, so like stuff like that. His mic was kind of cutting out too. It was great. It was a great audio, everything all around. So what I need to do is make sure everything lines up for one.
It's as time has passed.
So gotta make sure everything's lined
as
up.
time has passed.
So you got a new album like that. I'm trying to simulate.
It's as time has passed.
So you got a new album.
It's as time has passed.
So you got a new. Yeah, I'm trying to simulate us having a normal conversation.
Yep.
And so hopefully it's seamless and all that. I didn't make a region here. I forget what it is. I'm marking down each part of the interview. So this part is about spirituality. This is part where did you get your name? The orange parts is um the parts that can be cut out of the broadcast version um of the podcast, and the blue parts are the parts that have to stay in. So I don't know why my voice is sounding like this. It's weird.
He
Maybe because I
obliged.
was doing Twitch streams a lot. So I
He obliged.
so I mean
He obliged.
so I mean obviously it turned out really well.
Thank you.
And you know, I was thinking that it sounds kind of jazzy, you know?
Yeah.
And I know that you actually play jazz. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't remember.
Trombone. Play trombone.
Trombone. Thank you. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, this is where I stopped recording last time. I can't remember.
Trombone. Play trombone.
Trombone. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fake. So
Yeah.
so and play like with CMF. So right here is where I started talking about his trombone work, his jazz work, like with a collective.
So the Creative Mind Frame is actually the very first person I met in person from the NPC Collective.
Okay, so man, voice. So right here I was talking about his work with CMF. So I need to say all the stuff that I already said, but you know, record it correctly. Right.
Yeah.
And the trick is to time it so everything fits. So and play like that with well, let's see what I can do here. Trombone. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put this here. I'm going to make a split here and just move everything down, just so I don't like run into this and get all flustered. So I just have enough room. What does this say?
Yep.
Okay. I gotta think of what I need to say though. Okay. What did I say before? What? I can't remember.
Trombone. Play trombone.
Trombone. And I know that you actually play jazz. You have an instrument. What? I can't remember.
Trombone. Play trombone.
Trombone. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you play trombone, and you also play. That's stupid. I want to get this done before Sunday, so that I can actually mix the show on Sunday. So yeah, you play trombone, and you play with Creative Mind Frame, a CMF from the NPC Collective, and what did I don't know if I said that correctly. Sound is kind of jazzy. I know that I think I was talking about the music. Yeah, man. You know what? I was talking about the music. And how it sounded jazzy, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And that just makes me think about how the music sounds kind of jazzy, like really smooth. So maybe that has, I don't know, something to do with it. But that really also reminds me that you play trombone with other members of the NPC collective, the Nerdy People of Color collective, particularly CMF. Is that right? NPC collective, the Nerdy People of, I can't remember.
Trombone. Play trombone.
Drum collective, the Nerdy People of Color collective, particularly
So the creative mind frame is actually the very first person I met in person from the NPC collective.
cool. I think that did it. C collective, the Nerdy People of Color collective, particularly CMF. Is that right? So let's move this back. Let's cut out that yeah part. CMF. Is that right?
So the
CMF. Is that right?
so the creative mind frame is actually the very first person I met in person from.
That just makes me think about how the music sounds kind of jazzy. Now, maybe that I'm not the same distance away from the mic. It's featuring Atlas,
Yep.
and it's kind of jazzy. Yeah, not the same distance away from. So I need to turn it down a little. Kind of jazzy, like really smooth. How it was created, anything. That just makes me think about how the music kind of sounds. Cool. Well, yeah. All right. So if I'm gonna be recording like this, then I need to reduce it by like 4 decibels. So that's fine. I can deal with that. Is that right?
So the creative mind frame is actually the very first person I met in person from the NPC collective. So I had a work trip at the time when I was still in corporate in Dallas, and we got lunch, and then we met up the next day, I think, and got drinks. And we talked about eventually doing that because he talked about how he minor in music and took theory and still plays and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, we should do it. The follow up was he was booked for Dallas Comic Con to play this gigantic after party they had, and I came down and played trombone on one of his songs, and then from that it just grew from there. And then I don't remember what started it. It might have been MagFest. A lot of stuff started at MagFest 2016 when Mega Ran had the Random Beats showcase. He convinced Magfest. He had like three main stage shows, and he convinced Magfest to let him turn one of them into a showcase so he could show them all of us, so they could get more hip hop in Magfest.
Yeah, so they
And
could see.
and for the
It would
record,
be like a riot.
Magfest for
All
the
right. So what?
us so they could get more hip hop in Magfest.
Yeah, so they
And
could see.
and for the
It would be
record,
like a riot.
Magfest wasn't one of the people that said that, or one
Yeah.
of the cons that said
Okay.
that.
So a little bit before he was saying that some cons weren't allowing him to um be on the roster because they were afraid that his music would incite violence somehow. Um Odd.
Magfest.
Yeah, so they
And
could see.
and for the
It would
record,
be like a riot.
Magfest.
So maybe like so they could see how much violence you would be inciting. Maybe like that. Yay, that makes sense. So let's split it here. Just move everything off. Because ripple editing is on, I can move everything without worry. So
Hip hop and
let's record this.
Magfest. And
Yeah, so they could see, the violence that you be inciting. All right, let's see.
Access and
Yeah, so they could see, the violence that you be inciting.
and for the record, MagFest access.
Violence that you be inciting.
And for the
It would
record,
be like a riot.
MagFest for the record, MagFest wasn't one of the people that said that or one
Yeah.
of the cons that said that. And what I love the people at Mag. I don't want to put that energy out on them.
I know, no. Magfest is great. Like Adelaide. Okay, there's another part.
Yeah, like West and Stock and
I'm gonna keep this part. See,
Yeah, so they could
the violence that you be inciting.
and for the
It would
record,
be like a riot.
MagFest for the record, MagFest wasn't one of
So that I can keep that part definitely. I know, no. Magfest is great. Like, I think I'll split it here. Split both here. This off.
Yeah, like West and Stock and
so here I'm talking about the different Magfests. Magfest is great. Like, Adelaide. Oh no. All right, let's try this game. Let's try this part. I really should be making regions here. Let's see here. No, Magfest is great. Magfest East and all. What did I say? What did I say there?
oh, no.
I know, no.
Oh, no.
I know, no. No, Magfest is great. Just the. I keep thinking that I keep second guessing myself. Let's see. Man, why is I keep saying this, but it's really weird how my voice sounds right now. Like it sounded like this on the radio tonight too, and I have no idea. Like it didn't sound like this afternoon or anything. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, but at least I'm not like sniffing or anything all the time.
Oh, no.
I know, no. No, Magfest is great. Like all the different kinds of Magfest and everything. It's a great music festival to bring people together just around the awesome
Magfest
thing
is great,
of
like
video game music, right?
Yeah, like West and Stock and yeah. But we Creative Mind Frame and I played.
All right, so let's cut off all this. Bring this forward. Let's see how this sounds. I know, no. No, Magfest is great. Like all and use that. I know, no. No, Magfest is great. Great, like all. I know, no. No, Magfest is great. Like all the different kinds of Magfest and everything. It's a great music festival to bring people together just around the awesome thing of video game music, right?
Yeah. But we Creative Mind Frame and I played for a number of the members of the collective at that showcase. I want to say that it really started then, where we just impromptu started horn sectioning everybody who wanted.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
oh, you kind of cut off like. You know, wonder where we started again.
Yeah. The Dirty People of Color Collective is, I guess, a network that exists for the purpose of increasing awareness and representation for marginal. Creative Mind Frame and I really started then.
Okay, so I think we got cut off here or something, but I can fit something else in here. I don't need this, actually. Cut it here and here. Right. Cut this part out.
Case. I want to say that it really started then. Started then.
Can you tell us more about the NPCC, or the Nerdy People of Color Collective? I think I talked longer than that, but I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So, People of Color Collective?
Yeah.
That part there. People of Color Collective?
Yeah. The Dirty People of Color Collective is, I guess, a network that exists for the purpose of increasing awareness and representation for marginalized in nerdy and geek spaces, in a nutshell. And there are a lot of facets to that. Thus far, it's been mostly through content creation and live performances, but what it's turned into is a lot of sustained dialogue and panel discussions. There will be writing, because it started with mostly rappers. It was a bunch of rappers, and then Xavier Woods from the WWE. And now,
A while ago, I was looking on the website, like, cause I saw that. Oh, all right.
what? Yeah.
Cool.
Um, Mega Ran has a relationship, but he's really been building, but he has a strong relationship with Xavier and the New Day tag team group, and I think they actually had the initial conversation about.
Okay, so that one's a little tricky. Plus, he's starting to cut out now. Ugh, ooh, bleh. So we're kind of almost done. Not really. Actually, before we do this, um, this is real. This is picking up. Right, by featuring Atlas. It is off the album Taco Moods, and you're listening to Press Start to Continue.
Dash. Oh God, dear God, help me, cause I'm so flawed. I dealt me a whole lot of stress from some bad decisions, a whole lot more for my ambition. I strategize and attack the prize. I fantasize and I grab my life. I make plans, but I've never known what to do. Epiphanies, passion and planning, but I never had a clue. Plus she said she needed something new. Words that kept me deep. She didn't see my awkward faces, but it brought me to my knees. I really needed conversation. Best belief my heart was racing, then retreated, thinking in the depths of grief and condemnation. Never peach, I always treat them like they.
Alright, so this is skipping or picking up. So let's select all this. Just making region of that. That is definitely going to be blue. Blue is the color of love of God. Keep it. Don't screw that up.
Standpoint.
Put a shut up, huh?
Yeah. And from that, I just freak it a little bit, and he obliged.
So, I mean, obviously, it turned out really well.
Thank you.
And so here we're going to start region of NPCC. I think this is gonna be orange. I might turn it back depending on how much time we have. But it sounds like it's gonna be orange.
It was a lot of sustain. Now, it was a bunch of rappers, and then Xavier Woods from the WWE.
Where did I start talking?
And now,
A while ago, I was looking. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna snip it here, and get rid of that. A while ago, I was. Oh no, wait. I was gonna snip it there and then get rid of that. There we go.
What? Yeah.
Cool.
Mega Ran has a relationship.
Okay, let's try this again. Water, more water. A while ago, I was on the NPCC website, and it was like rapper, and then wrestler, just WWE. You know
What?
I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That fit. And then wrestler, just WWE. You know
What?
I'm like, what? Yeah.
What?
I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Mega Ran has a relationship, but he's really
That
been
sounds
building.
good.
But he has a strong relationship with Xavier and the New Day.
These spots are gonna be the bane of my existence, though. It's here. Let's that closer together.
Relationship, but he's really been building. But he has a strong relationship with Xavier and the New Day tag team group. And
you can only so you can't really save it though.
Mega Ran has a relationship, but he's really.
But
Yeah. Mega Ran has a.
Cut this part here. That. See how this sounds.
Yeah. Mega Ran has a relationship, but he's really
Much
been
better.
building. But he has a strong relationship with Xavier and the New Day tag team group. And I think they actually had the initial conversation about this collective, and Rand was aware of all of us, and he knew some of us already. Like, I didn't know him personally, but story for another day. I'd emailed him to ask him if he took intern when he was
To intern.
I did. It's hilarious. But there was a gathering at I think Nerdapalooza in 2013, which doesn't exist anymore, in Orlando, and everybody went except me. I couldn't go because I had literally just started my first job out of college, and I couldn't justify like traveling in the training because I was still basically in like new associate training. But everybody else who is an original collective was at Nerdapalooza, and it kind of started from there. What's happened now is awesome because now it's more of a network, and we're building a structure of like getting some of the people like yourself actually like it. There are in this greater network that are communicating a lot into like the core member stage. We're trying to do more of a committee thing where we have like where we're just more organized in our output, and that's gradually coming. But the beautiful thing about the collective is that it's been so organic that even though I think all of us wish we were more organized from the jump. there's so much that we've done that's really, really dope and kind of unreal. And there's stuff that's coming that is even more ridiculous and is constantly elevated. There's been a consistent level of elevation for the collective where it was kind of Ran and Xavier Woods and everybody else, and it was Ran and Xavier Woods and Samus and Richie and everyone else, and now kind of becoming um, the collective, and everybody is really, really moving at different levels still, obviously. But people are really starting to make a name for themselves to where like people know if they're asking for the NPC collective, whatever they get from us is going to be dope. And that's the conversation we're having with like conventions right now, like all the time. And that's a really beautiful thing.
Cool. Okay. I don't have to re-record any of that. That's good. He just kept talking. That's excellent. Like I mean, I haven't seen. It's really wonderful. Artist ever like. So, last thing that, ugh, one did I say here? But he visit. Last thing is that
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That was also in this process talking
Oh.
flashbacks between June 2015 and September 2016. I just was feeling a lot of pressure, just trying to come up in the corporate ladder, but also try to book all these shows.
What did I say? What did I say there? Oh boy. Hmm. I think I was saying something about how it's awesome that the NPCC is a thing. Then I transitioned into talking about picking up. No, not picking up. Party thoughts.
I believe the third eye is your intuition.
There isn't any real need to change things.
So I did that, and by the way, we'll just put that. Go, because that's gonna be at the end anyway. Right now we're at Jesus 50 minutes. Christ, yeah. All this orange is definitely has to go.
Get from us is going to be dope. And that's the conversation we're having with like conventions right now, like all the time. And that's a really beautiful thing.
Like I mean, I haven't seen. Cool. Okay. So I gotta go into.
Yeah, that was also in this process talking flashbacks.
Okay, so now I have to talk about the end of the NPCC, and then going into party thoughts. I just have to figure out what to say. Okay.
People are really starting to make a name for themselves to where like people know if they're asking for the NPC collective, whatever they get from us is going to be dope. And that's the conversation we're having with like conventions right now, like all the time. And that's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is. And just seeing the combination of all of these black artists and or people of color, because it's not just black artists, it's no, there's a car behind me. And I'm gonna wake up with a sore throat tomorrow for some reason.
They get from us is going to be dope. And that's the conversation we're having with like conventions right now, like all the time. And that's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is. And just thinking about all these people of color, all these artists of color, just getting together and creating something like this to support each other and to prop each other up and everything. That is really just really wonderful, and it's really cool that I can play a small part in that. um, but I wanted to ask you about your this next song. It's called Party Thoughts. It's also from Otaka Moods. It's featuring Jessica Page. Can you tell me about the creative process of that? How that came about and all that? Okay, did that work? I don't know. I don't know what joke I made here. Twitter and all that stuff. Uh, oh, I was saying about his Twitter and everything. Can you tell me that I can play a small part in that? um, but I wanted to ask you about your this next song. It's called Party Thoughts. It's also from Otaka Moods. It's featuring Jessica Page. Can you tell me about the creative process of that? How that came about and all that? You know what? I think I mentioned his website later, so we're just gonna delete this part. Going to delete this part. It's this part there. Oh, and that part there. Okay. And move this. How that came about and all that.
Yeah, that was also in this process. Talking flashbacks between June 2015 and
How that came about and all that.
yeah, that was also in this process. Talking flashbacks between June 2015 and September 2016. I um, just was feeling a lot of pressure, just trying to come up in the corporate ladder, but also trying to book all these shows. I was recording the time that
Yeah, scratch that. But I wanted to ask you about your this next song. Play a small part in that. um, but I wanted to ask you about then this party thoughts. That is you. How that came about and all that.
yeah, that was also in this process. Talking flashbacks between June 2015 and September 2016. I um, just was feeling a lot of pressure, just trying to come up in the corporate ladder, but also trying to book all these shows. I was recording the time that I was stressed out about this whole relationship purgatory thing, like the not girlfriend, and we dated like all through college, so it was like this. It's not like some casual thing. It was like we were together for a long time, and we kept yeah, it can't stay away from each other. So I was just like, kind of partying on character,
I said something there.
just taking shots and not like some casual thing. It was like we were together for a long time,
That was
and we kept yeah, it can't stay away from each other. So I was just
man. What did I say there?
a long time,
That was
and we kept yeah, it can't stay away from each other. So
what did I say there? Jesus. I have no idea what I said there.
long time, and we kept yeah, it can't stay away from each other. So I was just like, kind of um partying uncharacteristic long time, and we kept
Maybe if I take this part out.
long time. Yeah, it can't stay away from each other. So long time. Yeah, it can't stay away from each other. So I was just like, kind of this. It's not like some casual thing. It was not like some casual thing. It was like we were together for a long time. Yeah, it can't stay away from each other.
Can't really do anything about that because I can't remember at all what I said, and I don't know what'll fit in there.
I was just like, kind of um, partying uncharacteristically more than I usually do. Um, and I wrote about just the beer that I had sitting at a bar that I frequent a lot, a music venue I love actually. Just taking shots and watching, people on the prowl and kind of sort of being on the prowl a little bit myself, but not really because I'm in relationship purgatory, but I'm in relationship purgatory and that conflict and then thinking about somebody who is at home working obsessively and how that should be me and how much that bothered me. That's basically what Party Thoughts is. Another sidebar, Jessica Page, who's a phenomenal vocalist here out of KC. She's doing a lot of awesome stuff nationally too. Um, she actually was an American Idol top 12 person a few years back. She's really good. And she's an amazing. She's awesome. She one took this hook and then just did a background layer and I gave her some change and she walked out. And we're like,
just laid
homie,
down.
yeah, and it's not like out of any,
professional.
yeah, like not like any like disrespect or anything. But she just like walked in there and
All right,
crushed it.
there's
And everything.
that part. I'm just gonna take out. I think I can do that.
Everything. But she just like walked in there and crushed it and left. And I was like, yo.
That like real that real oh pounder. I think that
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This was a divergence to as a tangent into how CCH Pounder just when she was playing Amanda Waller in the DCAU, she would just roll in, do her lines, and then get out and like perfectly. Like Bruce Timm would be like she just came in and did them amazingly and then left. And it and it was really cool, but I don't really need to keep that in, I guess. I don't think. See how he reacts to that. Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I always appreciate those press start to continue and love closing the show with Kadesh Flow. Here's
okay. Yeah, he said that like a little bit ago. Like he was
I was like, yo.
So he said that a little bit ago. He because I've been playing his music like to close out the show for a while now. So he was nice that he appreciated calling him out and everything. So I just need to. Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I always appreciate those press start to continue and love closing the show with Kadesh Flow. Here's,
Okay, so.
And I was like, yo.
What do I say after that?
Those press start to continue and love closing the show with Kadesh Flow. Here's, whatever the song.
Oh no. Oh, you're cutting out. Actually,
I leaned away from the computer because I got excited. My bad.
Oh, yeah, okay. Can we do that again?
Yeah, but I always loved. I always loved seeing those tweets, those press start to continue tweets. Said, and now I love ending the show with Kadesh Flow. Here's the song, and I'd be like, oh.
So yeah, that's really great to finally have you on. I've been wanting. Okay, that's just me ending like party thought.
Thank you, Morlock. Appreciate it.
So yeah, party thoughts. And night, everybody. Talk to you next. We're done. Okay, so here's where it ends, actually. So we'll just move that. That. Party thoughts. And night, everybody. Talk to you next. Okay. This went faster than I thought. Okay, so might only be on for like an hour. So he comes in with
Yeah, but I always loved I always loved seeing I always loved seeing those yeah, but I always loved I always loved seeing those tweets, those I always
so let's put it here.
I always loved seeing those tweets.
Alright, let's try this. It's off the cuff. So it's actually kind of funny that we're ending the show with you, and thank you so much for coming on. It's been really awesome. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. But I always liked ending the show with your music, and we were talking about that before, like how I would send out tweets and you'd see like no, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
I always appreciate
No sense whatsoever. Well, but we okay. Let's try this again.
it and I was like, yo.
So it's really cool. It was really great to have you on. I've really wanted to get you on the show for a while. Remember, everybody, go to the show notes on the website starttocontinue.com for all of Kadesh Flow's information. Follow him on Twitter and whatever he's got, Bandcamp, and get all his music. It's really cool to also, because I was like ending the show with one of your tracks. It's been something that I've been doing for a while, you know.
I always loved seeing those tweets, those press start to continue tweets. Said, and now I love ending the show with Kadesh Flow. Here's the song, and I'd be like, oh.
Great. So yeah, that's really great to finally have you on. I've been wanting. Okay, I think this will make sense. Let's try it from the beginning. So it's really cool. It was really great to have you on. I've really wanted to get you on the show for a while. Remember, everybody, go to the show notes on the website starttocontinue.com for all of Kadesh Flow's information. Follow him on Twitter and whatever he's got, Bandcamp, and get all his music. It's really cool to also, because I was like ending the show with one of your tracks. It's been something that I've been doing for a while, you know.
I always loved.
We move that off. Been doing for a while, you know.
I always loved seeing those tweets, those press start to continue tweets. Said, and now I love ending the show with Kadesh Flow. Here's the song, and I'd be like, oh.
Great. So yeah, that's really great to finally have you on. I've been wanting. Okay, so I think I don't need to really think about.
Be like, oh.
Great. So I don't really need to think about a lot. What I'm going to say here is just introducing this song and then saying goodbye. So, yeah, let's do that.
I'd be like, oh.
Great.
Uh,
So yeah, so like I said, it's great to have you on. Everybody check the websites, starttocontinue.com, or if you're listening on podcast, look in the show notes below. This is Kadesh Flow. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Morlock. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much for being on. I don't know. This is continue.com. Let's try this again from here. This is, or if you're listening on podcast, look in the show notes below. This is Kadesh Flow. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Morlock. Appreciate it.
No problem. Kadesh Flow. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Morlock. Appreciate it.
No problem. So this is Party Thoughts by Kadesh Flow from Otaku Moods that was just released recently and is featuring Jessica Page. And I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll talk to you next time. Okay, so that might need a little editing. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Morlock. Appreciate it.
No problem. So this is Party Thoughts by Kadesh Flow from Otaku Moods that was just released recently and is featuring Jessica Page. And I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll talk to you next time. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, it's great to have you on. Everybody check the web just getting together. Yeah, and I just need to turn down everything here. Cool. Just getting together and perfect. Creating nerdy people of color because I was like ending the show and by Kadesh Flow from Otaku Moods that was just released recently and is featuring Jessica Page. And I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll talk to you next time. I think that'll be it. Actually, time.
I believe the third eye is your intuition.
Just need to move this here. Night, and I'll talk to you next time. Night, and I'll talk to you next time.
I believe the third eye is...
Let's fade this in a little bit, actually. Has a good night, and I'll talk to you next time.
The third eye is your intuition.
Has a good night, and I'll talk to you next time.
The third eye is your intuition.
There isn't any real need to change things just for the sake of change.
This stream was way shorter than I thought. So, this is it. What I'm gonna do is cut these parts out. This is 6 minutes. 6:40 plus it's a 9:40. It's 20 be 16 10 30. No, 10:20 and 11 2011, so about 12 minutes I can cut off this. So how long does it last? If I could take 12 minutes off, then that is 35 minutes. It's not that bad. Cool. I'm okay with this. Okay. So that's the whole interview. I'm hoping that it'll make sense. And it'll sound okay. Hopefully it will. I think it will. But I'm gonna go because I'm thinking that I shouldn't mess with my voice all that much tonight. So here's my information, and I hope you enjoyed this short stream. It's also gonna be on YouTube. Go to starttocontinue.com for the link to the YouTube, and I will talk to you next time.